Hey, what's up everyone? Danny Lennon back with another video. So if you're wondering which Fifine microphone to choose, we're going to take 8 different Fifine microphones, starting at cheap as low as $35 and as high as about $130. And we're going to let you hear a sound clip of each one, and hopefully that will help you decide which one to buy. So if you're looking for a Fifine microphone, here is a sound comparison between 8 of their microphones. So let's go ahead and roll the clips, and yeah, let me know which one you like best in the comments. This is a $35 XLR microphone from Fifine, and this little thing sounds extremely good. So if you're looking for a cheap XLR microphone that's a condenser, this is definitely something to look at. Now, there is a dynamic version of this as well. We'll pull that out next, but these are both around 35 bucks. You cannot beat them for the money. They sound more than good enough for a YouTube channel or starting off on a podcast or anything like that. So this is the condenser version right here, and let's move over to the dynamic. This is Fifine's $35 dynamic XLR microphone. This and the condenser version are both around the same price. Let's go ahead and move on to some XLR and USB microphones from Fifine. So let's go do it to it. Let's go do it to it. All right, so next up on the list, we have the Fifine AM8. I've seen these going between like $40 and $50-ish dollars. This is a dynamic microphone that's XLR and USB. And in my opinion, this microphone sounds extremely good for 50 bucks. It is an all plastic build. It's not all metal like the last two microphones. The knobs are a little wobbly and stuff like that, but you really can't beat the sound quality for something that's often around 50 bucks. I mean, it just sounds really, really nice. It gives you kind of that nice dark broadcast type of sound. The high end's pretty decent. It doesn't sound overly dark. It doesn't sound overly bright. It just gives you a really nice overall sound. So let's move on to the next microphone. So next up on the list is the Fifine K688. This has just a really nice smooth sound. It's not extremely detailed, and it does have that broadcast sound, but for something that usually sells around $60, $70, $80, you can usually find these on sale for some pretty good prices if you watch the sales on Amazon and stuff like that. But this is just a really great sounding microphone. It's not going to break the bank. It gives you that nice warm broadcast sound, very smooth. It's just not like overly detailed, but I think most people would absolutely love this thing, especially when you look at how much you're paying for it. This is just a really nice sounding microphone. And then next up, we have the Fifine AM6. This is a USB only condenser microphone. This one has some really cool gaming features. If you're looking for the RGB and some gaming features, and you just want to sound decent and chat with your buddies, this microphone is great for something like that. But when it comes to sound quality, I do prefer the other microphones from Fifine better, but this one does have some really cool gaming features, and it definitely sounds good enough for somebody who's just talking with their buddies or doing Zoom calls or something like that. Next up is the Fifine Tank 3. This is another dynamic microphone. Most of these are all USB and XLR, but in my opinion, this sounds like a very professional, very high-end microphone. I actually did a video where I compared this to like the Shure SM7B and the Electro Voice RE20. To me, this one just sounds really balanced, really good, and it can kind of hang with some much more expensive microphones. So I think the Fifine Tank 3 is killer. Normally you can get this one for around 80 bucks. That's a really good price for something that sounds this nice. And that rhymed, even though I wasn't trying to make it rhyme, but this is the Fifine Tank 3. Let's move on to the next microphone. Okay, so next up on the list is the Fifine Tank 1. This is an XLR only microphone. It is a all metal build. I mean, this thing is heavy. It weighs a ton. It's just really high build quality. This one will run you about $130. You can find it on sale cheaper sometimes, but this one is a little bit more expensive than most of their microphones. But if you like the sound of it, it's just a tank. Like I said, it's heavy. It's an all metal build. It's just really heavy duty, and hey, this is the way it sounds. So this is the Fifine Tank 1, and we're going to go ahead and check out one more microphone after this. So let's go ahead and switch over to the last microphone, which is a condenser microphone from Fifine. Next up is the Fifine Profile 3. This is a USB condenser microphone. So this one does not have XLR available. This one is USB only, but it's got an all-metal, heavy-duty construction build. I think this microphone sounds really good, so if you're after a condenser that's USB only, this might be something to look at. Personally, I'm always a big fan of XLR over USB, but you know what? Sometimes a company comes out with a USB microphone that sounds just as good as something on XLR. And I do kind of wish they would have made this a USB and an XLR microphone. For some reason, I just really like the ones that are both. I mean, most of the time I just use XLR on everything, but sometimes you need a USB. If you're going to take a microphone somewhere and wherever you're going doesn't have an audio interface, it's nice just to be able to plug it right into the computer and record without having to carry around extra equipment. So yeah, USB definitely has its place, and this one actually sounds pretty good. So there we have it. There is our lineup of Fifine microphones. I'll put a bunch of links to all of these microphones down there in the video's description if you want to pick some up. If you want to find some other ways to help support the channel, check out the video's description and the pinned comment. You'll see some interesting stuff in there. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you so much. You guys and gals are amazing. Danny lining out. Have a wonderful day, and we will catch you next time.